Good afternoon. I'm now at the Quezon Memorial Circle, and you can see the statue of Manuel Quezon, a tribute to his dream or vision of a new city which will replace Manila. So it was conceived in 1935 that they will build a new city because Manila at the time was becoming congested. So, as I've mentioned before, that the new city will be cut off from different towns that were surrounding Manila at the time, and I think they hired the, if I'm not mistaken, part of the plan came from the urban planning came from Burnham, but unfortunately he didn't survive that long, so his protege continued. His name was Pastor, if I'm not mistaken. So it was originally conceived to look like Washington DC. Now, this memorial that you see in front right now, I'm not sure if that was in the original plan, but this one was built after the 1950s, or began to be built after the 1950s. So it took a long time to finish. I think it was finished by the 1970s, and inside they put the mausoleum for Manuel Quezon, and there's a small museum which had all these artifacts, clothes and stuff are inside as well. You think? Seems like I'm not sure if you can go inside. There's a barricade. Anyway, normally the museum is open during normal days, but I guess the museum is not now. So you could see the statue of Quezon in front of the memorial. The actual memorial was a design by an Italian who won the design contest that they did. So the actual tower is about 66 meters tall, which corresponds to the age of Manuel Quezon when he passed away. The Italian designer who won the award to design the memorial was Francesco Monti. And here on top you could see 3 women. I think that was patterned over the Arc de Triomphe, and those 3 corresponds to Luzon, Visayas and Mindanao, the 3 major provinces of the Philippines. The park design was done by a famed Filipino architect. His name I think was Lustre or Illustre. So when you're coming into this area, so there will be major roads that would all intersect in this Quezon Memorial. Obviously the main road is Quezon Avenue. Quezon Avenue goes all the way to Manila. Then you will have West Avenue, East Avenue, North Avenue, and South Avenue. And there's a new highway that I usually pass through going home. It's called Commonwealth Avenue, and that goes all the way to Bulacan. Normally during a weekend there will be lots of people here, but obviously because of the pandemic there's hardly anybody here right now. But there are still a lot of shops here that offer food, maybe for park goers. Everybody preparing for something. Maybe there'll be more people this afternoon. Anyway, another story is, remember when we were in New Manila, I was telling you a story about some of the houses, the old heritage houses there. One of them belonged to Quezon, Manuel Quezon. By the way, his name is not even pronounced Quezon, as most Filipinos pronounce it. It's quezon. So his house was demolished in New Manila, and it was transferred here. Anyway, on my side are plants. So they also developed the seedling bank, and most of the stores at the seedling bank were transferred here. Good day for a walk. Here's another view of the park, or the memorial from this point. And that road or avenue that goes all the way to Bulacan, and it's Commonwealth Avenue. Right now you would see some fence because they're building a subway underneath this memorial park. This is where the Metro Rail Transit will be passing through, and it will come out along Commonwealth Avenue. So the original plan of Quezon City was to contain or have all the different government offices in Quezon City. But over the years a lot of things have changed, and a lot of those government offices have not been able to move to Quezon City. So they even have a park here for children. I had to ask directions from the lady where the house of Manuel Quezon is. And some more business establishments here at the side. And obviously these are government rates, public assistance. The lady just corrected me with my direction. This shows I haven't been here for a year. And some of the stores on the side are closed. And this is also a favorite meeting place for people. This is how Philippine design works. And here's an arcade for high-end restaurants. So this is the house of Manuel Quezon that used to stand in New Manila. So the land in New Manila had now been converted into condominiums or townhouses. Really a weird design, but they're public officials. You hope that they know what they're doing. So this is how it looks where I'm passing through right now. So normally whenever there's a government project, they have a big sign. It says all the particulars about the project. So this is how the house used to look when it was in New Manila. Now, just wanted to share a little bit of trivia because I saw the plant they used in front of the house. Anyway, this plant is called Aurora, locally called Aurora. So that plant was named after the wife of Manuel Quezon. And there's actually another plant that was named after him, and it's called, if I'm not mistaken, Manuel. Just have to look for that plant if it's here. This is the Don Manuel. You know what's fascinating about this plant is that it was named after Manuel Quezon, if I'm not mistaken. So what's amazing about this story is that two plants were named after husband and wife. One is the Aurora and one is the Don Manuel. And are they botanists or maybe horticulturalists? So why would they name two plants after a president and his wife? Amazing, yeah? That's the Don Manuel. Just wanted to show these flowers, my mom's favorite flowers, yellow bells. Also, it's always good to find plants that I've always been searching for before, and I saw one here. So these are called fishtail palms, and I just discovered that was edible. So usually this house is open for exhibit, but yeah, it's closed right now. And as we walk along this road, that's the arcade that I was telling you about, and they got two iconic restaurants here, Max Restaurant and Aristocrat. The Aristocrat, of course, the original one is in Dewey Boulevard, or now Rojas Boulevard. So according to this signage, it was established 1936, and Max Restaurant was established in 1945. So this is the arcade, and my favorite, Tropical Hut, for my hamburgers. They also serve a clubhouse and their classic spring chicken. And the spring chicken is supposed to be 3-month-old or 6-month-old chicken. So in front of this arcade is the City Hall of Quezon City, right there. And it's connected by a underpass, so people can walk through going to the City Hall, or people from the City Hall can just walk through and have their lunch here. The slogan for Max Restaurant is the house that chicken built.